Hello, students and parents. Welcome to 7th grade art. My name is Mrs. Moyer, and I will be your art teacher this marking period. I wanted to take this time to introduce myself, tell you about the classroom, and also take you through my Canvas page so that you know how to navigate through there. I started teaching in Spring-Ford in 2007, and I started at the 8th grade center. Then I moved on to Evans Elementary. Some of you might recognize me. I may have had you before. And now I'm back at the middle school level, and I'm very excited to start creating with you. So in general, in 7th grade, art is a time that we are going to explore many different parts of art. I'd like to give you a chance to experiment with a variety of mediums, though this might be a little bit tricky this marking period with the circumstances, but we will definitely make it work no matter what supplies you have or what kind of materials you can come up with. So don't worry about that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I also like to make connections not only on a personal level with you, but also on an art historical level. We will be putting a focus on proper use of the art supplies and different techniques. So we will be doing a lot of smaller projects that build up to the larger project that we will be working on. Some things to know about this course. I will have office hours every day from 8 to 8:30, and I will show you in a little bit how to get to those office hours. This is optional. You do not have to come to these office hours. It's for you to, if you have a question about something we're talking about in class or a project or how to do something, that would be the time to pop in during that time. If you have a more personal question about grading or something like that, I'd appreciate it if you would email me those questions or message me through Canvas. That way it can be a little more private, and because during office hours there might be more than one person at a time. Okay, so these supplies were on the list on the website for the 7th grade center. This is what I'm requesting. The supplies, the must-haves, a number 2 pencil, cap erasers, and black Sharpies. I prefer the bullet point, so the regular Sharpie plus a fine point one, because we're going to be doing some outlining. If you can get those supplies, that would be fantastic. Some recommended ones. I have some projects plans that this would be amazing if you could use these materials for it, but by all means, if you can't, I have some adaptations that I'm planning on using and I'm recommending. So if you have a watercolor set, that would be fantastic, along with a variety of brushes. So at least one small brush and a medium brush. If you can even get a larger brush, that's great. But again, if you can't do that, I understand. A colored pencil set. I love to use Prismacolor colored pencils, but if you have Crayola, that's fine. Whatever you can get. I wish I had enough supplies to hand out these supplies to you during the student pickup, but I just don't have 180 watercolor sets to hand out for the marking period. So again, if you can get the must-haves, that would be fantastic. If you didn't have a chance to pick up the supplies during the times last week, and you have a chance to come during the makeup day, that would be great, because we will be using those papers, and I've included some really nice quality papers for you this marking period. Grading. So projects, this is just a general rundown. Projects could range anywhere between 50 to 200 points. Class participation is 1 point a day, and I do want to talk about that a little bit more in a moment. Journals, we're going to be keeping a journal in here. That's going to be the first project that we work on. That's going to go anywhere between 30 to 60 points, and that's for the entries that we will be submitting. Tests and quizzes and smaller assignments could be 20 to 50 points. Okay, so participation. So that 1 point a day, what that means is two things. Number one, you need to be following directions during class, trying your best, not distracting others. You will receive 1 point for that. In addition, you have to also fill out the attendance question. So I will show you that in a moment when I get to my Canvas page. But in order to keep attendance, I will be taking attendance during our live Zoom session. But I am also going to require that students submit an attendance question by the end of that class. Or if you weren't able to make the Zoom by the end of that day, you need to submit that attendance question so that I can count you as being there for the day and not absent. So I'll explain that when I get to my Canvas page again. But this is really an easy grade. So it's a total of, we have 45 days that we're going to meet together. And if you are participating every day, you will get a full point for that. Okay, so that's, you know, an easy grade there. Just got to be trying your hardest. Okay, late projects. So late projects, please turn projects in on time. I will have due dates. I'm going to give you plenty of time to be working on your projects, some extra time, so that everyone has a chance to finish. As long as you're doing your part on your end, we shouldn't have a problem with that. But for every day that you are late, I'm going to be deducting 1 point, and that's just to help keep you accountable for your projects and for doing the work. Okay, so please turn your projects in on time. So now I want to take you through what my Canvas page looks like and show you how to navigate through it. So here is your home page here, and I tried to put everything on the home page that you're going to need. So if you scroll down, I have my email address here, and then these are all the buttons that you may need to look at. Okay, so when you have the time, I'm sure everyone's very busy, but if you have the time, you can look through these different things, such as my syllabus. If you click on the icon, it should open up to a lot of the stuff I just went over with you, but you can review it here about grading and some other things. Okay. You click back to the home screen. Expectations, I'm going to be going over this with students on the first day. Some of the stuff is in what I've just talked about, but there's some other things in there too. Okay, this right here, this class assignments and attendance will be a spot you will be going to every day. So students, you need to click on, it takes you to the same place, but just so you knew that attendance was there as well. If you wanted to click on the blue attendance, this will take you to where our assignments are. So you'll see here that there is, here we are for Tuesday, the first day of school. There's an attendance question of the day. So every day, this is going to be your attendance, especially if you didn't come to the live Zoom, if you missed that for some reason. You need to make sure you fill this out because it does have a time stamp on it, so I'll be able to see when you clicked on it. Okay, so if you click on that, it'll ask a question. Right now the question's locked until the first day of school, but you'll answer the question and submit it so that I can doubly check that you were here. I will also be taking a roll call during our Zoom session to get to know you, but also to make sure that you are there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go back here. So that is the attendance. So you can do that. I would, if I were you, you could click on it probably at the end of class, because there's going to be a question relating to the work that we did in class that day. Okay, so that's important. But also class assignments. So in that same spot, it's going to go back. This is where you will find your information for, you know, what we did, the projects we're doing. There'll be assignments in there. So you're going to see here that on Tuesday, I'm going to ask that you review the class expectations. So make sure you are looking at that every day to see if there are any assignments, especially again, if you aren't in the live Zoom for some reason. I might be directing you to this assignment to do maybe during class to work on, because you might have some time during class where I ask you to go into Canvas and work on a certain assignment, and it's expected that you finish that. Okay, so those are the assignments. Okay, and my goal, just so you all understand, my goal is to have our class work done during the class time. I'm going to try not to have anything that should be extra homework for you. So it's going to be really important that you are working during class, that you are, you know, don't put it off till later. You know, if I ask you to work on a certain part of your journal, you're expected to work on it during that time. Okay, but again, if you can't make it, the beauty of this is if you click on it later, you can rewatch all my materials. I'm going to be posting my demonstrations, and you'll be able to go back and rewatch some things. Okay, so just to show you some more here, here is my office hours link. So for the Zoom, so if you click on that, it will take you to my office hour page, and then just click on that icon right there, and then you can join office hours if you have a question. Again, that's optional. There's also the middle tab here, similar to that, the Zoom link. It's going to look the same, where you click on this. This will take you to a page to open up the Zoom for the class every day. And in case you missed it, so this spot right here, I'm going to be recording our live classes, and then I will be posting them here. They'll be available for that week, and then my plan is I will delete that week, and then we'll start fresh the next week and post those lessons. One thing to keep in mind is it might take a long time to process those videos. So I will do my best before I leave for the school day to post all of the classes. But if processing is taking a long time with Zoom, you could always watch, if you're in 7th period, you could always watch period one's class to see what happened during that class period, because they'll be very similar. So I hope this presentation was helpful for you, to help you feel better about navigating, to know what to do when we come to your art class, your art period. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. The key word here is going to be patience. There are bound to be some hiccups along the way, but I am going to help you through them. We'll work together. We're all in this together, and I really hope that you enjoy your art class this marking period, and I'm really looking forward to working with you. Thank you.